The true first temple is your body. You have to go to the spiritual altar. You have to go to the spiritual altar, and you have to talk to self. You have to learn to go in and reprogram self, because we're in an era where, if we don't understand that the mind, that the brain, that the human brain is the greatest computer on in the universe. Is actually a universal receiver, a cosmic computer. Is actually an ancient cosmic computer, and the most, the greatest computer, like I say, in the universe. And therefore, if we taking in bad information, and we're taking in false doctrine, bad data and information, then we're being programmed in a terrible way. And that's what's going on with our educational system, with our media, and all this is programming us with bad information, scare tactics, um, false education, and deliberate lies. So this goes back to what Jesus was saying. When he said, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. He didn't say anything about the devil. So if anything, if we want to find the devil, if we really want to characterize the devil and define the devil, and get a perfect hatred on who is the devil, we have to identify those who feed us false information, um, bad data, and just terrible programming. We have to identify those who does that, and that's the American government. The American government has the people terribly informed, and totally programmed. You know, so these are the things that are very important and key for us to understand if we're going to connect the dots. Like I said, black people being 3/5 a person by American law, by the Constitution. You know, this is the perfect way to go to war on a people. If you want to go to war on a people, it makes perfect sense. You do it through your laws. And this concept re-emerges. This concept emerges again and resurfaces again with the whole post 9/11. Ever since 9/11 and the war on terror, and diminishing America's laws, and you have America scared with all these things going on. You have America fearing that someone is going to take their guns and all this, when really it's just a mass marketing scheme. The whole gun control thing that was going down, just a mass marketing scheme. But having people thinking that someone is impeding the law, and someone is breaching the contract of law. you know so very important. That's most important for people to understand. Even if you don't want to be racist, even if you are not racist, you know to support the American Constitution. To support the American Constitution is basically to be a dehumanizer by nature, to be a supporter of slavery by nature, and accomplice to crime by nature, because America is a criminal industry. This country is a criminal industry. The simple fact that you have shows called Cops. You got, for Christ's sakes, you got a TV show called Cops. This shows you that this is a criminal industry. The same way in elementary school, how we were taught that, America revolutionized itself off of the steel and the oil industry. Now America's revolutionizing itself again through the criminal industry. And it's totally um, condoning crime on every kind of end. So much so to the point where this is really a treasonous act. Because for so long they've been saying that marijuana is socially unacceptable. It should be illegal, and they've been giving it this bad name. And we've known the facts all along, But they've been locking brothers up, giving us probation, giving people probation. Especially the black community, because if you can find me the statistics of of people of European descent, of Europeans, or white people who have marijuana charges, and compare those to the statistics of Africans in America who have marijuana charges. I think we would see a total imbalance in the statistics. And the simple fact, that's why I say this is a treasonous act, but it also speaks to us being three-fifths a person to the law. Everything that I'm saying, because the American government has been, conspiring against young black men, taking away, our time, locking us up for years and years and years, 10, 20 years, however long, for marijuana charges, but then to come around, these last several years, and it's legal in 20 something states now, and they call it medical marijuana. See, what the thing that people need to get to understand is, not only did they, it's a difference between legalizing something and selling it as a medicine. They're selling marijuana as a medicine. You understand? So how for so long can you be locking up brothers, and even still now in the southern states like Georgia and all, they're still hounding young men, and young women, whoever, especially in the black community, about marijuana. This is an outrage, and I say this is a complete treasonous act. And that's why I alluded to the gun control thing earlier. In war, if you want to go to war on the people, you do it through your laws. You do it through your laws, and it goes back to me, just like I'm saying, black people being three-fifths a person, because that whole gun control situation. Um, just like I say, first of all, it was a mass marketing scheme. It was a mass marketing scheme because, first off, guns, tanks, and missiles are the only thing that America produces and manufactures. Guns, tanks, and missiles. We don't even make Levi's. We don't make Fruit of the Looms. We don't make the simple shit that we think we produce. You understand? We only produce guns, tanks, and missiles. So this whole gun control thing, think about it like this. They the Dark Knight Rises theater gets shot up. The Dark Knight Rises theater gets shot up, and then Sandy Hook gets shot up. And now you start hearing about gun control. We need gun control. Now black people. There's been a whole term called black on black crime, and people have always known how long the black community has been violent against itself. Ever since crack hit the community basically. But the black community has been killing itself off. With all kinds of guns. With unlimited guns in the ghetto. And black on black crime has never been synonymous with gun control. Oh, black on black crime has never one time have they ever said we need to get control of these guns in the ghetto because they're killing each other. You understand what I'm saying? So this also shows that Africans in America and our quality of life to American government is totally seen as nothing, basically. This also alludes to this fact that I'm making, and the simple fact that gun control on the news on CNN is just as big, because you've never seen a Glock 9 commercial, you've never seen a Smith and Wesson commercial. So therefore, gun control on the news every 15 minutes is like a Smith and Wesson commercial or a Glock 40 commercial during the Super Bowl. You understand? This is the mind control that I'm trying to break down to people, man. People need to really understand. Like I say, man, people in the church and people in the mosques, wherever we are, Africans in America need to understand. It's not about I'm Christian or I'm Muslim and none of this. No, you're a person of African ancestry. No matter what we say, you're a person of African descent. You're a person of African descent. And you are a person of West African descent, to be more precise, a person of West African descent, and needing to understand that all hurricanes, not some, all hurricanes start on the west coast of Africa, and they all follow the same route of the slave ships that came here to America. This is spiritual power that we hold and we harness. But since we are all being programmed, and we are all given this bad software by the American education system, and we continue to be indoctrinated by slave religions, because both of our religions, Muslims, Islam and Christianity were infiltrated by conquerors. Islam was infiltrated by the Arabs, and of course Christianity was infiltrated by Europeans. But at one time, both of them have ancient African roots.